Ajmal Achekzai was 5 years old when he first left his homeland. It was 1980, and his family was among the first Afghans to seek asylum in the United States after the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. "All I remember is crying, hearing tank sounds," said Achekzai, now 46, recalling the Soviet-Afghan war during a StoryCorps interview in Los Angeles last month. Achekzai's father, who was a university professor in Kabul, was tipped off by one of his students that the Russian regime suspected him of being a supporter of the anti-Soviet mujahedeen rebels. The Achekzai family fled in the middle of the night, eventually finding refuge in the U.S. "We came to the country with basically a suitcase and a few $100s. So we had to start from zero," Achekzai said. At age 26, Achekzai enlisted in the military, he said, to serve the country that allowed me to come. The following year saw the September 11, 2001, attacks, setting off what would become America's longest war. Achekzai's commanding officer knew that he spoke Dari and Pashto, the two main languages of Afghanistan. That November, he returned to his homeland as a Marine for what would be his first of 2 deployments in the country. "I told myself I was going to go back to Afghanistan, but never thought I would go back in a time of war," he said. He said he was among the first 300 Marines sent there. Upon returning to Kabul, his birthplace, he said he found himself squarely in between 2 cultures he loved. "It was a lot of emotions from both ends," he said. "I was trying to teach the Marines about the Afghan culture," said Achekzai. "And then I was teaching the Afghans about the military and what we were about." Corporal Achekzai, who served as a translator for the 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit, befriended many locals whom he said saw me as one of their own. "They would bring food, like, 'My mom made some food for you,'" he said. "Afghan people are one of the most honorable and hospitable people in the world. In the face of decades of war, then and now," he said, "Afghans are also a resilient people. Afghanistan, to me, is my motherland. Beauty, poetry. And they're survivors, that's what they are. 40 years of war, they wake up every day, dust the dirt off their shoulder and keep going." 20 years after the U.S. invaded Afghanistan, President Biden officially declared an end to the war on Tuesday after the U.S. pulled the last of its ground troops out of the country. The war cost thousands of American and Afghan lives. As for Achekzai, he was honorably discharged in 2004 after 4 years of service in the Marines. "We told them that we're here for their safety. We're here to make sure that they progress," he said. "But I feel like I failed the Afghan people because I lied to them. I had to escape, just like them." Since then, Achekzai has spent much of his time trying to support others who served.